I'm ready for our
great.
interview.
Huh?
I'm ready for our interview.
I'm ready for the interview as well. For the 1v2 this week, we've got none other than Liddy.
Look at him. Get the fucking hat off, dude.
Ah!
Take the hat off your head. We
Wait,
can't hear you.
Just for you, bro.
We can't hear him, Riley.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Fucking hell, it's consistent. We're bottling it.
No.
Oh,
hello?
no,
No.
we got you now.
Were you
We got
muted?
Yo, yo. No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Welcome. Yo, what's good, hat?
How's it going, bros? How's it going?
What's up, baby?
Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us there, Liddy Goat. We're
Thanks
just
for
going to
having
hop right into these questions, if you don't mind.
Wait, can I
Let's
start?
get into
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Dude, so Snake and GAs, what the fuck has happened to Call of Duty?
Oh, my God. I don't even know. Did you guys see me snaking though on P5?
Dude, we
Dude.
saw the
Torches?
form and we were tipping and we were like, Austin is snaking? Dude, we must be in an alternate dimension right now.
Yeah.
Bro, Zin said it best, man. If you can't beat him, join him. Or if you, what'd you say? Like if you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Literally.
I'm right there, bro. Like
Literally.
the funny thing about it too is I was sitting on there, I was snaking, right? And MC's like, Austin, snake it. I'm like, bro, I'm 20 reps in already. I've been doing my up downs, man. I'm there.
Dude, I was tipping the form, actually. We were mind blown because usually, you don't see that. You're one of the players. It's like you and Pred. You just don't see you guys snaking, so it's good to see you getting out there.
Don't forget Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar doesn't hit snakes either.
Don't forget about it.
Lamar's holding headies. But, Austin, you've kind of been scapegoated on this team this year. People have been on your ass. Do you care about that at all, or does it just kind of fly over that cap?
I would say it just kind of flies over the cap. I mean, I kind of knew coming into the situation that it was going to happen like that. Like, even if I was playing well, if we're not winning, it's going to be on me, right? Like, that's just the situation I'm in. I kind of, like, came to terms with that as I was, like, signing the contract. I'm just happy to be here playing with these guys and, trying to win championships. And, again, too, like, I feel like I've been doing it for so long and I've won, a bunch of times that I don't really have anything to prove to anyone else. I'm just here trying to, like, enjoy, like, I don't know how much longer I can be doing this for, so I'm just trying to get as many more wins as I can and enjoy the feeling while I'm here.
Exactly. You're going to end up like us one day. It's inevitable, Austin, just like you. It's inevitable. One
It
day,
is, man.
one day you'll be asking the questions just like us, Zin.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about the year so far. Like, you guys, obviously, you win a tournament, and then since then, you guys are still, like, there. Like, you're placing top 3. You guys are still competitive, but you guys can't seem to get over that hump. So talk to me about, like, I guess the shortcomings, because I know you very well. One of my best friends. Like, I know that you'll play second and you're walking off the stage fuming. Like, you want to win championships. I'm sure the whole roster does. So talk to us about the year post-win. Like, what's practice like? What's the everyday like for FaZe?
Yeah, so I mean, I think from our point of view, I feel like practice is always pretty good with this squad. Like, usually I'm, super hardcore in practice and having to get on people and make sure they're trying and stuff like that. I never had that problem with these guys at all. Like, we're all showing up every day and going hard, and I feel like our practice is always really good. Like, we play everyone really well. Even if you just look at our scrim records from the season, I think it's just about, like, translating sometimes in the respawn modes. Like, our S&D, I think, we're by far the best S&D team, so it's never been a problem with that. It's just more so those hard points and controls. And it's really tough sometimes when you're so good in practice and then you get to the matches and you're like losing these close maps consistently. And so it's just been about just trying to stick to the course and just keep hammering down on that and hoping it kind of clicks, right? Because we're a good hardpoint team. We know we are. It's just about actually showing up in the moment and doing that. And, we have some times where we show up to land and we're able to win those hardpoints versus top teams. And other times we lose by 20. So, yeah, I would say our practice overall is really good. It always has been. It's just about finding that consistency to be able to beat the top teams.
Yeah, and
Great
I want to segue off of what you just said with the search and destroy. You guys, your search record, I'm pretty sure, yeah, like you said, you guys have been statistically the best search and destroy team all year long. Also, last year when you were on LAG, you guys were also a very formidable search team. There's one common denominator here, Austin, and it's you. You got the boys playing SlasheR search, and please tell the people what SlasheR search is at home.
They know. It's fucking spread the map and play for goddamn picks.
Exactly. That's my, bread and butters. I've been doing it for 10 years. We definitely have that in our arsenal, but then we also have the the BZ just run out and get a first blood, the Simp run out and get a first blood. So we kind of do everything really well. But these guys are also really good at the slasher like style of search. Like they can spread and play picks, and they're so good off the info, making plays mid round. And I think that's what kind of separates us from the other teams. Because I think other pro players sometimes, when the strat is like played out for 30 seconds, sometimes they don't know how to change the game plan or like
They just
react off
stick
the
to it.
information. Exactly. They just stick to the strat, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel like we play the strat out and then deviate from it based on the information we get.
Yeah, those mid-round adjustments. I mean, we always gas you guys up. It seems like you guys are just so on top of like your situationals whenever it's 2v2s, 3v3s. You guys always take space really well. And I mean, yeah, Simp and Abizi, Embassy, they just love running it down, getting in there, finding a corner. Like, it's hard to play against you guys in search because, like you said, it's such a mixed bag whenever it comes to some of the strats you guys are calling.
You went through a bit of a slump this season, like personally, that's like numbers wise, and I wanted to like genuinely ask like what the mindset was for you, because I think you bounced back like incredibly well. I believe post slump you went to the major, and I think you were the most consistent player. Since then, you looked lights out. What is the actual genuine thought process when you're slumping? Because it could be tough to, sort of not fall down that rabbit hole where things sort of just compound and you start playing worse and worse and worse. How did you like bring yourself out of that? Were you genuinely worried ever? Like, just talk us through like your little slump.
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't say I was worried, but I definitely knew I was playing really poor, right? It's obvious based on the stats and everything like that. I was going through some things like during that online split where I was not feeling like myself like at all. I was just kind of feeling terrible. I wasn't able to play like extra time in eights like I normally do. But just like going into it, I've always been that player that like, when it comes to land, like I always seem to show up. So I was like, I'm not playing well online right now. It is what it is, but I just got to go to the tournament and do what I always do. And I mean, we've all been around for so long too. We've all been through slumps, right? So once you've been through it a couple times, like it's just a thing I'm going through right now. I just got to snap out of it. And you can never lose that confidence in yourself. And I feel like I've always been very confident in my own ability. And so I knew that it was just a time where, yeah, like a time before I was going to snap out of it.
Yeah. So you talk a little bit about, obviously slumping, being confident in yourself. How many more years do you see yourself actually being able to put into this? Because for all the people at home, a lot of the times they look at it and they're like, oh, you're playing video games. It's easy. But I mean, it really is a grind. Does the grind ever like catch up to you and some days are harder than others? Or is it still every day getting on, wanting to improve, all of that good stuff?
The grind definitely catches up to you from time to time. I think you just got to be good at balancing, outside stuff and being able to like do other things besides just playing 24 hours a day, like going out with friends, whatever. Maybe just kind of de-stress a little bit. I like to go to the gym. That's a good, outlet. So I don't really know how many more years I got. Obviously, I'd love to play forever. It's the time is coming though. I'm getting old. I'm 28 now, so I'm just taking it kind of day by day and sticking to
Doug
it as
said he
long as I
wants to be
can.
like Tom Brady and play when he's 40. Do you see yourself like 40 years old, Celium? If you're 40 and you got Cell, Simp, and Abizi around you, you might be able to make that shit work.
Hit that
I
rotation.
mean, I would obviously love to
I'd be in
do
that
it, right?
fucking hill. That's when you get in
I
that
would,
hill.
I would love to do it, but it's hard to really say. I think the biggest thing about it now that's been the struggle for me is that I feel like I don't enjoy the actual just game as much. Like back in the day, Black Ops 2, Ghost, those games, like I just loved the games. Like now it's more so about loving the competition and like just playing against the best players in the world rather than actually like loving the game that I'm playing. Because like bro, playing with like Sound EQ and no red dots, I mean you guys know how it is. It's so stressful and like draining to get on every day to play that. But it's the competition aspect that like keeps me going in it.
Yeah.
So
So
I feel like if the games are good, like I could go, a long time, but it really just depends.
yeah. So I actually did have a question basically along those lines, and it was, do you find as much joy in these newer gen games? I mean, you've been around for a very long time, and it was the same for me as well. I mean, we played. I mean, you started in what, Ghost, right?
Black Ops 2 end of it, yeah, but
Black
mainly
Ops 2.
Ghost.
So
Yeah.
we've played the golden era, and I don't know, that was kind of how it was for me. Like whenever the joy of the game kind of left me, it was a lot harder for me to like mentally zone in. Not every day, because like I still love the process of getting on, practicing, and all that stuff. But yeah, it is harder for you with these newer gen games compared to the older games.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, bro, I always like every time like I have some downtime and stuff like that. I used to think about when I was playing those old games, and you guys might be able to relate to this, but bro, when I was like just sitting in the main menu on Ghost, like just looking at the map Warhawk, like I was getting excited
You
to
got
play that
dope.
map in SNE. Like yeah, I was like, dude, I am so ready to play this map.
Now you're
And then
looking
now
at
I'm sitting in the
Hydro.
lobby looking at like Hotel, and I'm like, damn, this guy's gonna be snaking kitchen on me, and I gotta
Yeah.
jump in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm
I
just
feel
like,
you.
bro.
Fuck, Shotzi's gonna
It's
be
definitely
swimming.
not the same, but it's just the competition aspect that's just keeping me going, man. Like you said, you love the process. Like I love the process, getting on with the guys every day and trying to make something great happen.
Absolutely.
But I feel like we pretty much asked everything I wanted to ask you. You excited to go back to Vegas?
Oh, of course, man. I can't wait to be in Vegas with the boys again.
Yeah,
And
no, we had
hopefully get the tournament there and stay a few extra days if possible. Like that'd be super fun.
Hell yeah. I did have one more question for you. Is there anything specifically that you guys at FaZe have been like hammering down before obviously Major 5 champs? We're getting to the end of the year, and this is usually whenever teams and their practice regimens start really, really hammering things in. Obviously, teams are taking things seriously throughout the regular season, but now this is when teams are really getting into the nitty-gritty. Is there anything specifically that you guys think you need work on, or I guess you can't really give us too much, obviously, but yeah.
I would say the main focus for us, like recently, has been probably control. Like obviously, a hardpoint struggle has been there, but I think we're starting to finally get to that hardpoint like level we need to be at. Like we've won a lot of our last hardpoints, and against Boston, especially like online, they're usually really good at hardpoints. So like we won both of those, and I think it's in a good spot, especially with our map pool. I feel like we're pretty good at all of them now. So that's not a problem. I think if we can just keep winning or get back to like our old control, like Major 2, Major 3, because that was honestly the backbone of our Major 2 win. Like we won both controls in the finals. We won a lot of big controls throughout the tournament. And it's only one map in a series, but when you get to that grand finals and it's two, that is huge. Especially with being a good search team like us, like being able to win a few respawns, like
You guys can
we're gonna
just
take 'em-
Neslo. You got 3 searches.
Yeah, that's what we did against Thieves. We literally Nesloed. I mean, we threw the first map hardpoint, but we won 2 controls and 2 S&Ds and won it in 6. So control is a sleeper mode, man. You got to be good at it.
Absolutely. Zen, do you have any more questions for my man
I
Litigo?
do. I got one more final one, dude. So you said like you looked at Warhawk and you got like dope. Like you look to your right, you see Celium. Like walk me through the thought process. Like you get to sit next to MacArthur every day, so I'm curious.
Dude,
like,
he's his
what's-
biggest fan, Austin.
Like
It's
what's
insane.
what's it like looking to your right and seeing an MC? He's like, yeah, what's good, Austin? Go.
Dude, it's honestly a blast. Like this has been one of the funnest teams I've ever been on, not just because of how good they are in the game, but also they're just great guys out of the game, right? Like we've all been in Atlanta having a good time, hanging out with them and getting to know them better. Because I like knew them before teaming with them, but they were kind of a close-knit group, so I feel like I didn't know them as well as some of the other guys. But man, they're such good guys and they're fun to be around, the whole coaching staff and stuff like that. And obviously looking to my right, seeing Simp, BZ and Cell definitely gives me some dope, right? Because I'm like, oh, these guys are getting 2 every time. Like we're good. I just got to get some hill time, you know, play my ones in S&D and we're valid.
LAG, Sympabeezy Celium.
No disrespect. There's no disrespect, men.
I mean, the come up was crazy, Austin. We all tip it. We all tell you we tip it every time we see you in person. The come up was absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
But Austin,
I remember we were in because so during the off season we have like a circle, like where I guess we did when I was competing. It was like a game of telephone. Like me, him, and Lamar. It's just like constantly. I'm not even kidding. For hours, just nonstop calls.
Yeah.
And I remember he tried being secretive for a little bit. Like he didn't want to tell anybody that he has a FaZe offer. And I finally figured it out. I was like, you're going to fucking FaZe. He's like, where'd you hear that? And I was like, yeah, you sick motherfucker. I said, you lucky bastard.
Now,
Dude,
Austin,
in my defense, I didn't want to say nothing until it was final because I was like, bro, I can't screw this up. And like, also, I wasn't trying to get my own hopes up. I'm like, I feel like this is a real offer, but like until I sign that paper, like
Yeah.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
it's never set in stone till that pen hits that paper. But you can't tell
Exactly.
Zen anything because he's a prior. You tell him, you say
No.
anything, he'll be like, yep, got you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm intuitive.
He's a prior.
I know. No, it just
You pry.
No, you're easy reads.
You're easy pickings?
Yeah, you're easy fucking pickings, pal. Awesome. We'll see you in Toronto, kid.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
wait. Safe travels
Appreciate-
out there, Austin.
Appreciate
Thank
you coming on.
Yeah, thanks so much
Yeah,
for
see you
joining
guys
us.
there. Thanks for having me and keep killing it, guys.
Yeah,
See you next time.
absolutely.
You too, buddy. Appreciate
My
it.
fucking boy Litico. Guys, make sure to show some love to Austin on social media. You know the deal. Twitter, /SlasheR_AL, one of my closest friends, one of the longest standing Call of Duty players of all time. And despite the
Guy's a
flack,
vet.
despite the flack a lot of people have given him, just looking at the consistency of the FaZe roster and their turnaround and search, they obviously secure a championship. No SlasheR slander is taken serious over here, at least at the pro level. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. SlasheR, I mean, it's no surprise.
Yep.
LAG, great search team. FaZe, great search team. If they can figure out that respawn and really hammer that in, FaZe is a scary team. FaZe still is a scary team, and he said right there they're working on that control and trying to find that hard point consistency. So good luck to the FaZe boys.